In the previous video segments, we looked at Channel Composer for the graphics design and TXMem for managing assets and transmission workflows. When the content is ready to go to air and the graphics are available, Cobalt Automation enables the operator to take full advantage of K2Edge's state-of-the-art capabilities. Cobalt is natively multi-channel, all while being accessed by operators from one or more locations simultaneously. A real distinguisher of Cobalt with any of its peers in the market is the close integration with K2Edge, Channel Composer and TXMem, allowing advanced Playout functionality in an easy and manageable environment. Let's take a look at the Playout client. We're showing a two-channel setup here with a main playlist and a backup playlist. Let's import a schedule, either from a traffic system, directly from disk in an XML format, or when it's originated from a traffic system, it appears in the database for a specific date and a specific channel. We can drag it here into the non-active playlist and take it to air from this time. We can change the time here. The time might be set by the traffic system already. Change the time to 9 o'clock tonight and activate it to a specific channel. While we're doing this, look at both the main and the backup on the playlist. While we're activating the channel, we're generating the content now. While we're doing this, the graphics are applied and will be checked in real time for their availability. So if we go down on the playlist, we can see that the playlist is appended, in this case with an underrun because of the fixed time, and at the same time we're checking the availability of the content. While this distribution process goes on, if any of the content is missing, it will be highlighted. Let's stop the export for now, and we'll see that the distribution process checks on the availability. Looking at the windows here, I can see a playlist for channel 1 main in this list and a channel 1 backup in the other. They're synchronized in Playout, and this provides full redundancy during Playout. We have a horizontal view as well, which we can extract or compress a little, and we can walk through the whole day, see if there are any exceptions during the day, and they are, showing an underrun here, where we start with a new playlist at 9 o'clock. So we have a good view of which items are available and where we expect alarms to be in the future. When we take a closer look at a single playlist, I'm going to switch it to two-channel setup. When we take a closer look, we see a whole list of content being available. When we take a look at the filter capabilities, we can see that we can check on a specific status, on a specific asset, but also on a specific flag. Let's see if there are any items with an incorrect duration in the playlist. And indeed it highlights one single item here, where the operator now has to take action and correct for this event. We can search through the playlist to find specific items on text, on asset ID, on the house ID, or specific metadata fields, even the formats, search for the item, and then step through the playlist to find every occurrence of that specific event. Going back to the current time, we can do a search and replace, for example, by replacing that specific item I just had here and replacing that with another item selected from the database. When we look at the build-up of the screen, we see that there are different windows where I highlight specific channels. We have the horizontal view here, where we can also save and restore previous view I stored as an operator. So I can have my own preferences. When I'm logging in, I get my own preferences, which I can select from to display the specific channels I'm interested in. You only have access to the channels, obviously, where you have the right for as an operator. Cobalt is natively multi-channel, and typically customers can go up to 8 channels on a single screen. Okay, let's have a closer look at the formats which are applied to the main event. Remember that we have designed templates and formats, and this is where they are applied to a main event. When we import a playlist, so going back to a stored playlist from the traffic system, we can see that we have some default formats which are already applied by the import of the traffic system. When we activate this playlist, this default format can be replaced by a set of rules by the next up overlay, for example, and some graphics we can automatically add to the main event. The timing of the secondary events, if we go into the main event, we can see that there's a detailed timing for every secondary event. What's important to understand is that for Cobalt we automatically manage all the secondary content available for the formats. So that means that all the graphics, the fonts, the animations, 3D clips, they're all managed from the central database and automatically distributed to all the K2 Edge Playout systems. This is a huge difference where we completely manage the graphics workflow in our system. If the operator wants to do a late change, can just go in, right-click on the format and select the specific formats you want to replace, remove, or even add another format like a ticker to this system. Let's have a closer look on the real-time interaction the operator can have with the playlist. There's an operator control button and all the templates appear here, which we have identified in Channel Composer as an operator panel template. So every single template we make in Channel Composer can appear here for a direct interaction for the operator with the screen. So we'll start with the next up large presentation where we're showing the 3 next clips here in the picture-in-picture windows. And then we'll start with a 1-minute event here in the Mexico Weavers. As we can see here, the logo on the right bottom corner is still on screen. And I can, for example, when there's a mistake with that logo, the little bug there, I can take it out in real time or put it back in again. In practice, the operators use this for a wrong bug. They might use it for an aspect ratio correction or to add some late information on screen. So let's take a ticker. We see an immediate response on the system, moving out the zone logo, which is a very interesting functionality we have in our graphics system, removing the ticker and removing the bug from screen or putting it in again. That's the operator panel. There's some clock functionality in the bottom here to show summaries to the operator for a commercial time per hour, how many bumpers we broadcast, and so forth. As you have seen, Cobalt is easy to scale and use in a multi-channel facility. The conceptual separation of the real-time K2 Edge, serving the automation client on a Windows PC, offers the required reliability and redundancy for any broadcast operation. It supports both automated and manually controlled events and offers a highly automated playlist and media management system, enabling transmission operators to manage more channels with the same amount of effort.